Starting. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 50 of the Star Chasers. Split the Party, Part 2. Hester. So last episode, episode 49, we joined Storm of Stars, reuniting with Barcrawl and Hava You Seen Me Lost Cat in the city of Neverwinter, where he made amends, mended bridges, reconnected, and then was teleported back to the moon by a cantankerous old wizard, who's my favorite, and I love him. Previous to that, when the Star Chasers of Hester, Marley, and Storm confronted the Raven Queen, and she decided she didn't like what they were saying because they were confronting her about her bullshit, she teleported them away. Storm to the aforementioned Neverwinter, and we will pick up with Hester in Story Space, the planet of Mirador. It's High Hill University, is that right?
High Hill University.
Yes. And Lillian, you are in front of your office door, and it is slightly ajar. And you can see inside there is, as a slight retcon to last episode, yes, there is a man in there, and you can see that like vinyled to the door. Mm-hmm. Professor Dr. Warden Wyrd, visiting Professor Abjuration.
Well, okay, first I must have just lost my bearings. That's all this is. Look around. No, that's the supply closet. This was divination. Well, I'm walking.
Office hours are between 2 and 5.
No,
this is my lunch. This is my meal.
Oh.
Meal time. I'm sorry. I abjure thee. I must have my lunch. Out with you. Wait.
No.
You.
Yes, me and you.
Me. Yes, me. Look. I'm surprised you didn't see this coming, Professor. Really.
Being droll, I see. Yes, I've been off plane a little. So
really,
yes, it's been quite exciting.
You just appeared. What? Who? I must check the corners here. Wait, that's still good. That's good. Hang on. Yes, the wind. All right, it's good now. But you got through right out there?
Yes. Despite any of the number of wards that you may have around your office, or certainly the university has around us. No, yes. Going to sound a bit of a tall tale, unfortunately, but the Raven Queen banished me. So that's my morning.
Well.
And that's why I'm dressed as if I'm going to a sodden, moor. And is any of my things still here? Is there clothes?
There's a... I start fishing around under the desk, and there's pull out,
I was coming back.
Like a speckled cloak, and a couple of books and a shoe, just one. Where's the other? Oh, here. And then pulls out this box, finds the other shoe in the box, and your stuff. Okay. Sure. And I have the speckly cloak if you want to as well.
Well, that's for more official functions.
It was a gift from an ardent student trying to get a good grade.
Everything's moist in the Shadowfell, so just a proper 2-button jacket.
Prestidigitate your dry, if you will.
Thank you. Yes.
I abjure you, moisture.
Always have to be out. Yes. Well, I suppose I'm sorry for bursting in. I told them I was coming back. I'm on sabbatical.
Well, that's fine, but really, this is the best. I mean, this is it's optimally placed office for abjuration. It's the most secure point in terms of ley lines, in terms of ward receptivity, energetic, magnetic, peripatetic, all sorts of things.
I just always assumed they'd run out of spots for halflings, but figured I didn't mind being so far underground.
Well, are you back? Are you back? Is this?
Well, that's undecided. I did not expect to be here. So no.
Well,
in fact, I should hasten away. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
1 second, Professor Doctor Warden.
Yes. You call me Wyvern.
Professor Doctor. Martin, Storm, Marley and Storm. Mother?
Lily?
Oh, goodness. Okay, that's maybe good. Where are you?
The farm.
Oh.
I'm sitting at the table with your father, who has not noticed I am home yet.
Okay, well, that tracks. I'm sure. Just because he's careless doesn't mean he doesn't care.
Oh, I know.
He'll eventually pass you the butter, and that will be as close as we're getting. Say hi to Chrissy. Anyway, I'm at High Hill University, so that's fun. I guess we were all sent home. Can you get to a moon? Do you want to? Oh, you can stay at home. I don't want to tell you what to do, Mother, but I think I need to find my friends.
She says, and it will cut off in a moment because Storms and Marley's also cut off after a moment.
Yes.
The telepathic bond. She says, go and find your friends, Hester. I think perhaps it is time I left the adventuring to you. I think I need to stay here now.
I will. Let's let it cut off there.
Okay.
I think that's even better. I'll message her later.
And at this point, coming to join Professor Dr. Warden Wyvern Wyrd for lunch, Soup. Would you like to... Oh, and I'm sorry, Timothy, would you like to describe Professor Dr.
Sure.
Warden Wyvern Wyrd?
We know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Let's fill in the folks.
Yes. Professor Dr. Warden Wyvern Wyrd is sort of a tall, spare, black-haired guy with sort of white at the temples. Looks a bit like Vincent Price. With a little mustache and a little slight scoob on the bottom, little magical soul patch, if you will. Arcane flavor saver, and in fact, that's the name of his unofficial faculty band. He's starting to trying to organize.
Sure.
He's trying to find the right. He's not sure what school to approach about drummer, maybe evocation, but enchantment for singer definitely. Anyway, he wears sort of a big flourishy cloak, and he kind of always has a bit of wind in his hair, and he's pretty much always got like protection from evil and good as a default thing going, just like, and he's sort of, you got the flavor. He's abjurative, and a bit severe, and but when he sees Stevie come in, he sort of drops all of that. He's very sort of like enthusiastic about where he was like office hours are between 3 and 5.
Yeah,
he's very on the other side, like, let me get you a chair, that kind of thing. So anyway,
perfect. And yes, Soup, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, so she is Professor Stephanotis Witswilling. She is a tenured professor of practical divination. She is a halfling, also like Lily. She has long, curly red hair that she has told everyone that her mother cast a curse upon her so that she can never tie it up, she can never cut it, and that it's always got little tiny flowers in it because her parents are quite hippy-dippy. And yeah, I believe that probably before heading to the warden's office for lunch, she probably would have scryed on his office and perhaps even seen Lily, her old friend from college and colleague, close friend, and is trying to hide her excitement.
Nice. Warden grabs you a chair and lays out maybe a snake, a bit of a snack cake for you. It's got wrapped up. And he started to cut it into two, and then sees Lily and cuts it into three. Anyway, go on.
Grim?
Streaky.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's wonderful to see you. It's wonderful to see you. I've done so many things. So many. Huh. The brain boils. How are you, by the way? I'm back, but not for long, maybe. Good to see you. You? I hug her. Which probably isn't very Lillian-like, but it certainly wouldn't be that far afield for these two, I don't think. But even still, she's dressed professorially. She doesn't tend to lose face like that.
As Stephanie will do a quick glance at the door to see if it's closed and then hug her.
I'll mage hand it shut.
Yes, wonderful to see you. I have quite a bit, maybe to tell you, to catch you up on. Actually, Professor Doctor, you're having lunch. Let me just pull up. Well, that's. I used to have a chair over there for sitting. Anyway, I'll just pull up the box.
I could conjure you a chair. Would you like a?
Actually, I actually have conjure chair prepared.
No, what spell is that?
It's conjure chair.
This is from a book.
It says, you summon a magical chair. You choose the design and appearance of the summoned chair. You may opt to have the chair be invisible and intangible to all but yourself.
I know exactly where you got that from. No, you know what's happening, Andy, is this happened in another campaign I have. This time out. In another real life thing, I'm a member of our campaign. That is a homebrew thing that I made. There's a feat called Chairmaster, and there's a cantrip called Conjure Chair. Because it's an inside joke with one of my players. Because he's the guy who always sits in the chair that's obviously the chair you don't sit in. So he's the button pusher. He's the instigator. So I made this thing. So you get turned up in your spell options, right? That's what happened. And I don't know what. It's a bug with D&D Beyond. Where somehow...
Because we're in a campaign.
Right. We share a campaign. So anything that's in the resources... We're sharing everything, so
because I was deep into there is no such goddamn.
I searched for it. I was searching your spell list. I was like, look, I know I joke that you make up a lot of spells, but I was like, I legit, unless that was an Ack Ink spell, I was like, that's not a spell.
I thought it was an Ack Ink spell. I didn't even bother to check the version.
That is perfectly.
I made it.
Yeah, that is perfectly acceptable, especially
look at the Chairmaster feat. It's pretty good. You get advantage on checks to determine whether something is actually a chair.
Okay.
Which and dealing with mimics, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. It has its uses. No, and especially with the picture, historically painted of Mirador, it's perfectly appropriate that wizards would spend their studying hours on kind of like, you know what, I don't feel like getting up to get chairs. Yeah, what a waste of space. I should have a whole summon office. Liam's tiny office.
What you can do ostensibly is summon it with a bonus cantrip and then pick it up and hit someone with it.
There you go.
Too.
Interact
like
object.
it's like wrestling sort of move.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So there's a lot of artisanal spellcrafting around these halls, I'm sure.
Right. So sorry to inadvertently.
No,
that's
not
hysterical
content.
It's so perfect. I'm
and
glad
I didn't even consider that it would bleed into other games.
Yeah.
Well, now we have Conjure Chair. Fantastic. I'm putting that in Hester's spell box for the future, by the way. I bought it.
That's not. You can't. You're gaslighting me. Like, that's not a real spell.
Dude's just gonna start saying spells.
It was like the Mandela effect or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, isn't that real? It's real, right?
No, you conjure a chair and I shall sit in it. I trust you know a halfling's dimensions enough to feel very confident, I'm sure. Thank you. Bless you. Sorry to interrupt your lunch.
Oh, that's all right. Would you care for something beyond the treats? I have a stew I can brew up for you.
I brought you some if you like, Streaky.
Ooh.
Yes. Tremendous. The last thing I had was kind of a colorless gruel that the locals complained was too spicy.
This is why you always scry ahead.
I would that I could have. It's excellent advice as always. Prim, thank you. Yeah, so Prim, funny story was in the hall of the Raven Queen, she got cross with us and banished me back to the university. That's why I'm here.
Do you want to go back to the Shadowfell?
I want to find my friends. And only my mother is on this plane.
Your mother was with you.
Pretty sure. Yes. Yes.
Is she known like widely as the Hester? Like, would I know of her as like like the Dalai Lama kind of thing?
Well, if we've established that Professor Doctor,
I mean, she's been gone for a while, right?
Yeah, if you kind of do
still.
like fringe ideas, Marty, I'll let you field that one.
Well, you wouldn't know my mother as the Hester. You would know Hesters might be a thing that exists on other planes. Since halflings aren't really halflings aren't a culture here, they're a byproduct of dwarves and humans banging. Right. Historically, Hesters are halflish heroes. Once every couple generations, they arise to do great balance and fight great evil. We never have had enough halflings for that to be true on Mirador because they're not a natural. They're not a culture. They're not a race unto themselves. So she, came to the university, was basically like, I'm a Hester now. We were like, that's not a thing, mother. And then she fucked off into space to go on. And so her Oates was kind of the last I even encountered it before I went into space. That's why I was investigating Hesters at the beginning of the stream. That's episode 1.
So
looking into what the hell are Hesters. So you might know Hesters are a thing that exist on other planes, but you wouldn't associate one with Mirador or my mother, I think would be the long answer.
Cool. Great. That's good for me. But I don't know that would I know that? Sorry, did you just say that? Whether I would know, like, is it known that your mom was a Hester or like?
No.
And she bounced before she did anything too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
She went on. She went to space to be a Hester.
So I'm just like, okay, your mother was with you on the Shadowfell. That's sort of my takeaway then.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah. Stevie, you might know more. That the last I spoke with my mother, it was quite cross, but. So yes, it's Well, I've met some friends. Yeah, friends. I've met some friends in the Phlogiston. It's a big, wide, expansive universe out there. It's filled with nonsense. It doesn't make as much sense as being able to conjure chairs, obviously. That's sensible. That's that thing where 1 + 1 gets you 2. There's giant trees in space for no reason. More than one. It's anyway, it's all just been so exhausting. This is so strange to be back here. Wonderful to see you there, dear. So is that cake, did you say?
Yes, here.
Fantastic. Please. No, that would you know what? It occurs to me that I haven't.
You may have also my shares. Two-thirds
no,
if you like.
That would be too much. Returning to my dwarvish shapes. So no, I thank you. Just anything with any flavor at all would be just. There's no mushrooms in it. It's been.
Oh no mushrooms. No. Not during office hours.
No one's going to cast duplicate cakes.
It's called Duplicates, and I think you know that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I love that. Duplicates.
I'm writing that one down.
Right?
Now that
What
I
is
know.
it? If you see a cake, you can make a second cake.
Yeah, make a second cake.
Yeah.
You need one cake.
That's the
Right, you always
that's
have
the
a spare
level.
available. Right.
Yeah.
That's great. So it doubles the resource.
Yeah.
Right. At a third level slot, you can conjure
Only
cakes.
Thanos had that go on. He wouldn't have thought
Yeah.
about snapping. He could have just
That's
doubled all the cakes.
If he just
Duplicate.
had Hostess.
That's right.
But then how could he hold all of those cakes?
With the Infinity Gauntlet.
With his
He had
helicopter.
infinite holding power. One would assume the Space Stone would accommodate that. It would create like a bag of holding effect in
It's
his
all about-
palm.
Center of balance.
Eternal Twinkie. Wah, 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 wah.
That's a big fucking Twinkie.
Right. Infinite.
So, yes, just how much of that sounded crazy just now?
Well, we do deal in the arcane arts and such things.
Oh, goops
Really
are
should be
replacing people.
considered. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Goops?
no, yes. Are any of you oozes? No, that's not the way to approach that. I cast detect thoughts, and then I keep talking about oozes.
Okay.
No.
Oozes.
Yes. Be aware that there are space goops that are replacing people. I regain a first level spell slot.
You're a
Conspiracy theorist feet.
Yeah. No. Yes. So, be quite aware they are infiltrating a lot of wide-ranging spheres. It definitely strange and still infiltrating levels. One is just a catwoman who's on a whole cat person, like pilgrimage or something. I gotta be. I'm still not clear what that story is about. We're gonna have the other characters go on that one. Yeah.
That's
so
right.
that's just. Moonbeam has proven quite good at turning them up. Professor Dr. Warden.
Okay.
Wyvern?
Yes. Good. Let's see what.
Yeah, write that down.
What
And
is that?
Prim, make sure that you're always. Watch if anyone starts speaking strangely and telling you mad stories about all the shit. No, but not me though.
Like yes, and people. But you're saying that. So they replace people.
Yeah, that does seem to be their plan. Yes.
And how?
Yes.
Well, I would think. I mean, you agree with me that the wards surrounding the university and indeed around this office. I mean, everything should be as it was, and yet you just materialized here. So, I mean, granted, you claim the Raven Queen sent you. The Raven Queen is ostensibly a deity, so that sort of circumvents, I would think, certain natural barriers, etc. So, fundamentally, what are we to the gods? But
Well, they are notorious cheats, if that's what you mean. Yes.
yes, I suppose.
But if anyone goes on holiday or comes back, these goop replicants are quite convincing. They're not like doppelgangers you hire to pull a prank on your friend. They're like they're full copies. capable of wielding spells and
Were you able to see them?
maintaining specialized equipment. They're quite alarming. I was myself duplicated. Not I am me. That I got out. I'm fine.
You got
The
out. I'm casting detect thoughts on you, man.
Just feedback loop.
Right.
Thoughts.
Just hear scream.
Yeah, right.
Double of Stevie's thoughts. Just like,
Yeah.
well,
Right.
Both nuts.
Other person calling roll. Person calling roll. I'm here. Are you here? I am.
Well, I'm gonna put a hand on Lily's hand. Streaky, it sounds to me like what you need is a proper cup of tea.
Oh, yes.
And to maybe slow down and fill us in on everything in not such a rushed manner so we can understand it.
Okay. Yes. Very good. The tea should help. There's only one large hippo in all of space, and I think anything approaching tea.
I said about fixing tea.
Bless you. Thank you. Yes. So I left somewhat abruptly, but I did fill in all the paperwork. Kind of look around my office again. But as you know a little bit, Stevie, it was to chase after rumors that my mother had passed in space. I've already spoiled that story. She did not. She was.
So was that why?
Well, she did.
Sorry to interrupt. That's why you found her at the Shadowfell because she had passed.
No, and actually, she had passed, but she was resurrected or reincarnated. That's the one. Reincarnated.
Different, very different. And she remembers you.
Yes. Yes. It was very instant. She's more or less the same age and experience that she was. Maybe that's why Dad doesn't know who she is, but also isn't questioning why there's a stranger in the house. I should message him later.
If she came in, I assume she belonged.
I showed her my big gourd I stole from our neighbors because I thought they were giving it to me, and she seemed interested.
He looks over and sees her like a completely different being. Did you do something with your hair?
You lost weight. No?
Right.
You gained weight. Your hair got taller.
Your hair's taller. Mark Simpson hairdo.
Yeah, so yes, I left searching for information about my mother. I went to several planes where I met up with in order to kind of remember when we went backpacking in the mountains. It's kind of like that, but in space. So it was really kind of legging it around places and just getting onto various vessels where I met this scoundrel of a gnome, his otherwise civilized hipperman, and my new friends, Storm and Marley, who have been my traveling companions of late. And we went and we looked and we found my mother. And she was a gnome now.
Oh.
A little off-putting. But it's still my mother, I was about to say. Judgy McDM. Gnomes are weird. I think I established that in episode 1. And certainly weird to find one's mother.
Well, that certainly is
unusual. Unusual to say the best. And then, yes, and so we found her, and she had uncovered what was quite a conspiracy. It's mostly spell jamming space stuff, but it's this race of lost ones. And so I think I have to deal with that. So I am urgent to get back to space, but then I do look forward to coming back here. I think.
You say that they're a threat to our world.
Well, the shapeshifters definitely are, and they might be the same or related or...
Andy, do I have any knowledge of the lost ones?
Yeah,
being
give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
And if
Great.
not, I have a whole list of professors you can go see.
Right. I get the plenty of people to consult with. I say, Bobo. Well, that was a natural one, so I'm going to say no.
With advantage, you rolled
Right. Sorry,
Yes.
forgot.
And I was going to say, my friends don't roll ones.
That's true. And we're friends now.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good. That's good. I guess the cake really makes a difference.
Yeah.
So that was an 18 plus 9, so 27.
Excellent. Okay. So, in some of your more esoteric searchings, especially for odd problems that, as an abjuration wizard, especially as, one in higher education, academia, you kind of have to keep pushing forward, writing papers, reading papers of like, well, what's next? We know how to deal with devils, demons, angels. Dragons aren't a big concern here, but you know how to deal with them still. Like,
Right. It's on record.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of keep finding other stuff. Certainly there are certain groups that would have problems with constructs, for instance. Just an FYI. If they all deal psychic damage and poison.
Oh, and just off the top of your head.
Just thinking about it. You could obviously tell them maybe how to deal with it better. Lost ones are, yes, they're this kind of they're an almost a universal concept. It's something that you found in your research that is referenced in other spheres, as Story Sphere is quote unquote one of the big four.
Everybody knows.
They aren't, by the way, but they like to think they're part of the big four, whereas Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk and Dragonlance would be like, who?
Right.
But as part of it's this concept that there was this ancient civilization that, out of hubris and vanity, created these clockwork monsters that replicated themselves and devoured spheres. They conquered them, strip mined them, and left them barren. Now, the legend is that they themselves are the first victims of these clockwork horrors.
Right.
So there's not necessarily like so Lily is providing you with new information that actually they're also goopy shapeshifters, and that's weird.
Yes.
You would certainly know how to deal with shapeshifters to some level. Lily is describing more powerful shapeshifters,
right.
in some manner, but
right. So I got to learn Moonbeam. Interesting. Okay. Good. Thank you.
I have a quick question.
shoot.
Is there anything more than that you think I could glean from casting legend lore? Or is that pretty much?
You got really high. Hold on. Let me double check legend lore.
Usually associated with stuff, but it almost certainly has to work on
Legend lore is
High King Mucky Muck, right?
When you named
much more.
stores in secret that has never been widely known.
Yeah, Soup, tell us how to beat him.
Okay, so if I want to get the order right, Professor Dr. Warden Wyrd sort of elaborates on this. Legend lore specifies it will tell you forgotten things or secret lore, and if you know about it already, it gives you more information.
Great. Yeah. So
yeah.
We're sharing pooling information.
Yeah.
So yeah. So please use legend lore.
Yeah. Then I would like to cast legend lore to learn more about it.
Liz in chat says, at least you're using the bullshit spells that are in the book.
Oh snap! Conjure chair is not a bullshit spell.
No, it's not.
Thank
it's
you.
It's very
Practical.
funny.
It's practical.
Now it's
I
really
am-
inspiring me to come up with a number of other like Mirador academic.
We've got conjure chair, duplicates.
Yep,
Duplicates is the
Conjure
spell.
cake. Marty said conjure cake. That was a different
Conjure King.
spell.
That's the third level.
Yeah. Okay, so you cast legend lore. Okay.
Oh, by the way, I did like Liam's tiny office as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's
that one's a
amazing. It's
keeper.
like Conjure's this cramped little space. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, I just wish it was this much bigger.
Yeah. It's good for long train rides,
Oh, right.
airships across country.
I
did take Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum in
That's
case
a
we
good
want
spell.
more privacy.
Well, we should be. Well, you all are able to scry past my wards, but fun fact, I sort of created a window for you. Anyway.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if I go to your office every day, I assume that you would have failed the check on purpose.
Right, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or if you do put up whatever I forget what the anti-scry is, you just put, again, using your next level thinking for magic, it's password protected, scry protection.
Right.
So you just know the password,
Yeah.
and it's fine.
Just
It's
gotta
right.
have that 2FA.
Yeah, but I also love the idea that the divination professor is just like, it's not a creepy way. It's like, is anyone in there? I don't want to have to talk to anyone that isn't him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having lunch with him. He's my friend. I don't want to see Hugh Gotta Go or
grad
Richard Ridiculous. I don't need to see any of these people.
You gotta go. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a professor of fireball logistics.
Very good.
And Richard Ridiculous is head of impractical visions. I gotta
Love it.
list people.
No, yeah.
Love it.
And if we don't get through the list by the end of the stream, you're just going to sit there straight-faced at the camera and read the rest of them, because that's fantastic. Professor Richard Ridiculous.
We're gonna get all summoned by the headmaster,
Yeah.
and like you're gonna go through the roll call, make sure everybody's there.
Present.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Richard Ridiculous is gonna play saxophone.
there is a bard professor named Frederick Quicksilver.
Oh,
Let's add that as well.
I love it.
Okay. So, the Lost Ones are from a planet called Ellerwis. It is a sphere that has long been disconnected, but was previously connected to the quote-unquote Big Four before a group of adventuring heroes, adventuring parties, banded together and demanded the god, I think it's Celestia, hold on, Greyhawk, space traveler god, Celestian, demanded the god Celestian sever the sphere from everywhere else. That's something he has never done since and will never do again, according to this legend. It is widely reported that they were dead, partially as like a propaganda campaign of like, you don't have to worry about these people anymore, but partially because they thought, yeah, we did it. We cut them off. They're never coming back. But apparently, according to this legend lore, some of them slipped through before then and immediately started rebuilding the Clockwork Horrors and fitting into society as sleeper agents as they became very powerful shapeshifters. They weren't always like that. They used to be humans, and they experimented on themselves until they became these kind of goops.
Oh, wow.
You know that they are powered by central goops. It is unknown how many central goops there are. There's one less than there used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or where they would be located. That is beyond the limits of legend lore. I'm not telling you where my bad guys are.
Do you and their creature type is an aberration, right? I mean, or monstrosity.
I'm gonna say it's aberration. Let me just double check something.
And to add a little bit of flavor to Stevie's spell, when she was casting legend lore, I imagine that her spellcasting focus is a teacup, and she reads tea leaves. So I'm imagining that the tea leaves would take the shape of kind of this shifting story, and kind of tell it almost like hieroglyphics or something.
Like a shadow play or a flip book kind of.
Yeah.
Their
Cool.
Their creature type is ooze, parenthesis shape changer.
Okay.
Okay.
They are officially oozes.
But
So
they
every-
are a much higher function of ooze than
Yes.
any of you would be. It would be notable.
An uber ooze,
An
if you
uber
will.
ooze, the oobsers.
Oobs. Oobs. An oobs.
Oobs.
So stupid. Oops. I like it. It sounds like you have a cold. Oops.
It's an oobs.
Oops, I dropped something. Anyway, this is concerning. Well, perhaps we should speak to the headmaster.
I do judge the tea leaf thing just a little bit, but I catch myself. But it's just so folksy. I just like.
It is practical divination. It's my specialty.
Yeah, absolutely.
A variety of sources, whatever works, friend, right? I mean, especially with protection, abjuration, you fortify with vitamins, you nourish with good foods, you wear clothing to keep you warm, or armor if you're going into combat, protective spells if you're going against things. You must employ an arsenal of things. You educate yourself to make your wits stronger, right? So, tea leaves.
Yes, I use magic.
Well,
Yeah, no, I just.
but that's
This is the Marathon Man. What's the story? I'm just kind of like, have you tried acting,
Oh, yeah,
dear boy?
yeah, right.
I
No,
feel
but
like
it
that's
is.
the energy. Yes. Have you tried magic? But no, yes, that's absolutely. Stevie, dear, I tease. I just wouldn't.
No,
be caught
she
dead with it.
teased. That's how she found out the lore.
I throw myself out a window. Oh no, we think
No,
we've
I
established there
kept
is
you.
no windows.
I've abjured the window. It's gone.
Abjure window. No, yes, of course. We all have our foci, how we came to the gift. Absolutely. And that's all. That's more than I had. Very, very good.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
Really, Stevie, you've undone yourself.
Fun of how one
I'm
divine.
going to duplicate you another one as a reward for your excellent work.
You just need one master cake.
A key or a pie, a key lime pie.
There you go.
Working on it anyway.
A ley lime pie.
Nice ley lime. That's it. That is it. Ley lime pie.
I'm telling you, people need to come to Mirador more often. It's this all day.
Good pie and dad jokes.
We're gonna make the Mirador cookbook.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love that.
Okay, well, that's marvelous, dear. Now, do we know anything about the Raven Queen? She's the only god that they speak of who makes any sense, and I know none of them make much, but she's the only one I recognized from a lot of the people they mentioned. But seems to be more or less consistent. I thought she'd be more of a teenage girl, to be honest. Still kind of like listening to Morrissey and just kind of crying a lot.
I mean, I can cast it again if you'd like, but
No, don't wear yourself out. It's just actually, you know what?
I recovered the spell slot.
Please do wear yourself out a little bit. Okay, but let me set the scene because it helps.
Damn miners.
So, and I'll half in, half out, but just in case I lose the thread a little bit, I'm basically going to catch them up on the fact that the Raven Queen, she's real. She's collecting sapient weapons, and she's apparently got some affair with some lady of pain or whatever. In an interplanal city and stuff, but yeah. So the Raven Queen is acting quite strangely, even for a god. As I don't expect them to mostly make a lot of earthly sense, but my friend Marley seems to hold her in high regard, and so does her whole family, and they're very posh. So I trust their taste at least. They're terrible people. Anyway.
I'm sorry. What? You trust but they're terrible people because they're
Yes.
posh,
Yeah.
but their character sounds like is at fault. So what?
I feel like I've described half the staff here. I'd take that as.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah, she's
I
got.
mean, it's hard to get good teachers. Why do you think I'm here?
Well, for instance, Professor Andy, name.
Who do you want? What studies?
Let's go for something brash and reckless. So evocation.
Well, you gotta go's evocation. Let's see.
You gotta go. Can make you crap your pants.
He's the only evocation wizard I came up with. Sorry. I got other ones. Let's see. Victor Dastard is planar conquest theory. He would never do it himself.
Conquest theory.
Yeah.
But he knows how.
This is what I would do, man. I mean, what you gotta do. Armchair general.
Yeah.
Justin Nicholas Time is the head of Chronergy.
Mm-hmm.
Demi Gravija is the Graviturgy head. Noasimi is illusion. Sutton Lee appeared.
I imagine him like as played by Roberto Benigni, like this Italian actor.
See, everyone knows Professor Noasimi just has been like enchanting girls, right? Like we just know.
Right, but the other side of it is he's totally scuzzy.
Yeah, like but we just move his office every 6 months and change the department he's head of. Thank you.
So bad.
So I just it takes all anyway. So she strikes me as rather terrible, but I don't worship. You understand? But recently she's quite on one, and part of Marley's family was replaced by the Goops, the lost ones. But the Raven Queen herself didn't seem to mind, and in fact saw that as an opportunity, and is looking to maybe like go to. Forgive me. What have we? Have we heard Sigil? Have we heard City of Doors? Have we heard Lady of Pain? Have we?
You've definitely heard Lady of Pain.
Yeah. All right. Then I'll stick with it.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know anything. Storm got a little bit more information from N.A. Soren about it, but
yeah. So, Raven Queen, Lady of Pain, Prim, what you got?
What do I have?
Corvus Crowley is the head of Raven Queen Adjacent Studies.
Oh, we should talk.
So you can go talk to him. But
we should bug old Crowley or young. Corvus kind of sounds young to me. I don't know what you were picturing, but
he's kind of like he's a young hip teacher.
Young and tragic. Yeah.
Please call me Corv.
We've got to go see this guy, right? Everybody agrees. Like Corvus Crowley is on our list.
Well, certainly, if he knows anything about this, what you're talking about, an affiancement, some sort of engagement between an elopement.
Well, yes, but that doesn't strike me as that.
Well, I don't know what physical vessel.
Well, I don't know what stories you all grew up with, but I always heard the tragic story of a young half-elf didn't belong in the world, some kind of long, love-torn thing, probably. And then she went and challenged or just asked the god of death to step down, and he was like, I'm tired, and he did, or whatever, right? I mean, I stopped paying attention in Sunday school, but that was the gist, right?
Yeah,
so
sounds about right.
So maybe whatever happened to the lover? Did we just never ask? I kind of feel bad. She never really seemed to be... She or he never seemed to be part of the story. It's complete nonsense from another sphere, too. Oh boy, I haven't even told you about dragons. Good lord.
Dragons?
Dragons?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They're thick with them out there. Everyone believes, everyone just kind of walks around, just kind of like, it's probably dragons. Like, they have whole games named after it, and dungeons. Like, just...
At the mention of dragons, that's when Stevie will detect thoughts.
Nice.
Just microphone squealing.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah, just putting a radio too close to a radio, or a magnet too
Yeah.
close to a radio, just awful noises back and forth between the three of you.
But yeah, I mean, there's the surface level thoughts of just kind of like, no one's going to believe me about the dragons, but you can flickering images of multiple angry red dragons of an advanced age, both.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. They are definitely on AARP. You know, like
AARPG.
yes. There we are. There we go. That's it. So yeah. Yes. Anyway, they think with them out in space, or certainly think they are. I only seen the two to confirm, but
Does the image of that like alligator dragon thing that we fought like way back in the beginning also?
no, I probably still omit that because I still think that was just some
Bullshit,
prank.
right?
Yeah, someone.
Yeah, it's a winged crocodile or something.
Yeah, someone taped wings to a crocodile. You start to feel bad for the crocodile after a while.
Certainly scary, but not really a dragon.
Yeah.
I think it used. Oh no, it didn't use proper dragon stats, but. It didn't have the same. It was not intelligent.
Yes. No, I'm probably thinking of Crimsano if I'm thinking of anybody.
Yeah. At this point, the door opens and a man says "knock, knock," but opens the door and doesn't actually knock.
Ugh. Who is it?
It's Colin S. Loeb, who is the chair, like the headmaster, the dean, the highest dean. And he goes, knock, knock. Yes.
I stand up.
I stand up.
Oh.
Master Loeb.
Liz immediately doesn't like this guy.
His name is Master Loeb.
Yeah, he goes, hold on. What's your... He goes, Wyrd, Witswilling. Hello. Kind of looks at Lily and goes, Strongheart, are you back from...
Sabbatical?
Yeah, FMLA sabbatical.
FMLA.
Funny. Only briefly. I forgot something in my office.
Yes, I've
yes.
managed to secure it for Professor Strongheart.
That's good to hear. He says, I felt like my ears were burning a moment ago, but I just wanted to let current faculty know, kind of looks at current faculty, that there will be a mandatory faculty meeting on Fearg Day. I know everyone wants to go home. It's the end of the week. Everybody's working for the weekend, but I'm really going to need everyone to stay and just give 110% for synergy and the future of our children.
We all have detect thoughts up, right?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm mental health. Oh, shit.
Absolutely nothing.
Right.
I have encountered that before, though. That's not that.
What's
that
his?
weird.
What's his school like? What was his specialty before becoming master? Or is that known? Like, is he?
Yes, he was a war wizard.
Oh, okay. Shields up. Gotcha. Okay, and is he someone to whom I would feel confident would take seriously notions of this goop invasion, or do I think that he thinks I'm a crackpot? And is he the type who would think such a thing was not to be at least looked into?
No, he is deadly serious.
Right.
He's an older gentleman, human, much like you. Or not like I'm sorry. He's fully gray at this point. He has tiny little spectacles that kind of always ride real low on his nose. Big long, mostly mustache and kind of like a little scraggly beard underneath, but it's a big mustache mostly. Big long white mustache. And he always wears like immaculate robes, a nice tie, a bunch of like university, like secret society kind of style pins.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, he's super serious. So he's kind of the person where even if you present something that's totally bonkers, he will nod and listen, and then calculate a bunch of stuff, and then he will either fairly bluntly tell you you're crazy, or go, that makes a certain amount of sense and will be looked into.
Great. Yeah, I would like to posit that we... I'm going to message Stevie, and then just about... Should we share this with the headmaster about this invasion?
Let's keep it close to our chest for now. Lillian has just gotten here, so...
Right. Sounds like she's keen on leaving, so...
Between the two people who are obviously messaging each other.
Right. No, well, include you in too, you know.
I'm fine with it.
Headmaster...
Yeah. It's just like, I'm clocking you.
We'll try and tag team it, so like you and I speak, and then you speak to maybe Lily, and then I'll engage the headmaster literally and be like, oh, so the faculty meeting.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. How long is this expected to go? Because I'm supposed to have a rehearsal.
Oh yes, for your band, was it?
Yes. That's right.
Yeah, arcane flavor saver. Is that
arcane flavor saver? Yes, that's working title.
And this is our next song, Debbie.
Debbie, yes, exactly. Thank you, Marty.
Yes,
deep cut, nice. It's nice to know people listen.
Yes, I understand you've recruited Dana Macabre from Necromancy.
Yes. We're looking really keen on lyrics that are going to be coming up from Dana.
She's a bit of a poet.
Yes.
He says it is it's a meeting about the ongoing safety updated safety protocols. He says it should take anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours.
For safety protocols?
Protocols.
That's fine. I can get behind that. I mean, I'm prepared to go longer if you want.
He kind of looks off into space and he goes, "It has crossed my mind.
Excellent.
For the safety of my colleagues and the children, of course."
Just messaging Wyrd. What the hell are you doing?
What protection? I don't know. We'll see. It's a few days away, right? What day of the week is it?
It's like a Tuesday. So yeah, it'll be right. Yeah, it's like 3-4 days away.
Right. So I'm just laying some groundwork. Don't worry, I'm covering for you. Have some cake.
I am just picturing him as Gary Cole as Bill Lumberg from Office Space, by the way. Just kind of like drinking a coffee and rifling through your stuff. So if you can just come in for another 45 minutes, that'd be great.
But also with the long mustache.
Yeah.
Dragging through his coffee. So, yeah. I know your shift starts at 7, but I need you to be here at 6:45.
That's right.
Are you paying me for those 15 minutes? No. If you're
not on time, you're late. If you're not early, you're late. If you're on time, you're fired.
Okay.
I love your version of that. If you're on time, you're fired.
Third place is
late.
Fired.
If you're late, you're dead.
If you're late, you're dead.
Jerry!
Oh yeah, Jerry Rigged. He's the artificer professor.
Of course he is.
I'm running out.
Good. Good. You got a long list. We're hitting them.
Um,
So you're saying all the guys are going to be okay?
Yes.
Great.
and he says, perhaps at the next meeting, Arcane Flavor Saver can treat us all to one of your ballads.
Oh, yes. I'll interface with Dana about that later. After after we're through here, I imagine. It sounds good.
Of course.
Thank you, sir. Master.
He says, well, as you were.
As you will be.
And he he walks out but doesn't close the door behind him.
Right.
And you can hear him enter the next knock knock.
This is literally why I have Mordenkainen's private sanctum always prepared.
Yes.
Ah, yes, Mordenkainen, an old friend, lets me through all of them. Knock knock.
I have Mordenkainen's guest key.
Coming soon to D&D Beyond.
Okay. So I'm sorry, pardon me for the interruption, but continue, please.
No, Oh, and I was about to reiterate, I had detect thoughts up, but you said it was nothing. It's a blank slate, either because he's terribly mentally controlled or he's pulling a whole man's shoon on me. So I have encountered such a spell before, so it's probably not that weird. Is that historically true with the Dean, though? Certainly this isn't my first time. The divination unit's kind of known as creepers.
Yeah, no, you've never been able to get a read on him.
Yeah, okay, that's fine then.
If your thoughts aren't being detected, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind blank is...
Yeah, just don't be thinking anything weird.
But that's all
on you, buddy.
I take the reverse thing. I don't hide anything, and that's the best way. Except when I do, I suppose. Anyway.
Remember to bring this up.
Yes. So this Lady of Pain...
Yes, we should...
You and your friend's mother is going to be a vessel for this?
Well, yeah, let's go
Hit up Cole.
bother Moody Crowley. Or do we want to legend lore first? Or maybe we get more information from...
Moody Crowley could add more ingredients to throw in the pot for that subsequently.
I don't have a lot of base knowledge to go off of, so...
Yes,
Gods, who has the time? You know what I mean? I reiterate, I learned magic. I don't need them doing things for me. Anyway, let's go. What is his actual school? Is he necromancy?
Okay, so let me ask you, are there only wizards at the school? Or is it a proper adventuring academy where they teach other things?
It's almost certainly they have to teach some other things because, we need a crew team, so we have some fighters,
right?
Is there an adjunct? College?
I was going to say he's an adjunct Twilight cleric professor then.
Okay,
but because they keep cutting funding for it, he also teaches light, life, grave, death. He doesn't know what to do with those kids.
Yeah.
Those deaf kids.
And they're cramming them all
and certainly there are still some wizards who choose to be faithful. So having a
he's also like a chaplain.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go bother the spooky kid real quick, and we'll get some more information out of him, and then that will help us refine the question will ask, Stevie, if you don't mind. I say we, in the sense that I need you to do that for me. That would be really great.
So you all start walking
A
down.
friend in need is a friend indeed.
Yeah.
You all start walking down the hall, and I'm gonna use the last of my names for the offices you passed. Yuri Mine. Have I done that one yet? He's an enchantment wizard.
Nice.
Brilliant. Good.
Edge Bono is the blade singer professor.
Awesome.
And Vladimira Bludula is the chair of disentombment.
Ooh.
I think I've got all of them. Oh, I'm sorry. Craig Suss.
Craig Suss.
He's an enchantment professor.
And Suss, all those enchantment guys are.
Sus.
He's the head of mind control. I think I got all of them then.
That is crazy Suss.
And yeah, I thought of his. We bought a car from Sussman, and I just there is get to know Beans, Fred Beans, and then I just started singing to myself, get to know Suss, Craig Suss. I don't know why. That's the origin of Craig Suss.
Awesome.
I like it. Craig Suss.
It is strange that we have a serious car dealership around called Sussman. He's got a bad read on them. Yes, Professor Bludula, always good to see you. Past that office. Vladimira, what do you got?
Oh, sorry. Hey, Lily.
I love your medallion, dear.
Thank you.
How long have you been gone?
Like a month more than Storm arguably has been. So what do we establish? It was like 3 months.
I think it's been about 3 months.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I've been gone for most of a term.
Yeah, it's about if you left at the beginning of the semester, it's like the end of the semester now.
Mm-hmm.
Vladimira kind of floats up to you, does the 2-cheek kiss, and kind of floats beyond.
You never know when it's good to have the necromancy department on your side.
Always a good idea.
And you leave the wizarding wing of the tower and down into the crypts and the sort of commuter lounge adjunct cleric department. And it's a lot dustier and clearly underfunded.
They don't know prestidigitation, those guys.
Yeah. Headmaster Loeb has really cut funding to anything but wizarding, basically.
Yeah. As is good and right.
I'm going to prestidigitate a clean path as we go forward.
So you find a kind of dingy little office door that's Mr. And Mr. is somehow written in like that vinyl kind of on the fogged glass. It's almost written like disdainfully. It's like Mr.
Oh, as opposed to
Italics.
Corvus Crowley.
Yeah.
And
Citizen Crowley, we call him.
There's like a piece of paper on the floor that he clearly tried to tape over it that's like Reverend, and that just kept falling off.
Yeah.
But his door is closed, but he appears to be in there.
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
I kind of hear him.
Flinch.
Hear him like kind of start to straighten up, and he says, Headmaster Loeb, please come in.
I'll prestidigitate the sound of Headmaster Loeb humming a song indistinctly ahead of coming in the room, and then I'll just carry ahead of us as we three walk in.
He says, sorry, trying to get that to stop. he goes, oh, 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 hey, sorry, I thought the headmaster was coming. Is he down the hall, maybe?
He's around. He's making the rounds about a faculty meeting.
Oh,
He
cool.
wants safety measures.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway.
Safety is paramount. He flips his chair around and sits on it like a cool guy, kind of leaning forward.
Oh dear, please don't do that.
And he says, what can I do to help my compatriots in the academic arts? Can I offer anyone some libations, perhaps?
Oh,
I really can't talk to him when he's sitting that way.
It's
what?
just. Could you conjure some chairs, dear?
He kind of looks around and he goes, "There's a milk crate someone can sit on, and I have a folding chair."
I've got a no.
Stevie, please. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll conjure some chairs for the three of us, and then conjure a proper chair underneath him, facing the correct way.
Good.
But it's just sandwiched him in.
Yeah. It's just, oh no.
Waffle press.
I'm actually stuck.
Okay. Yeah. We do need something, Corvus. I'm going to try very, very dearly to take you seriously.
I'm a very serious person.
Mm-hmm. Corvus, good to see you. I have recently come from the Raven Queen's palace.
And as she blesses your steps?
No, she absolutely did not.
No?
No. What that C word did was she kicked me out. But yeah, no, but okay.
You mean Corvid? C word?
Yes, that's yeah, thank you, Warden.
Yes,
she's a
Corvid.
real Corvid.
That's what you meant, right? I messaged you. Come on, you want this guy to help you, right?
Right. No, sorry. No. It's just now being close to someone who's into her just got my blood going again. So anyway, I was there with a family of champions of the Raven Queen, and some of them had been replaced by oozes. And she didn't seem to mind because she's very, very concerned with
everyone's safety.
Looking up her old bint called the Lady of Pain.
You've lost me several times.
Right. But what I'm saying is true. So what...
Your argument is amazing. Yes, but what I'm saying is true.
But you're an idiot.
Yeah, I'm finding I shouldn't. This is why people don't let me speak to religious people. So the old champion was in contact with an Eibelman from the Far Realm. And
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, no, it didn't come to me at the time.
Far Realm. Oof.
So all of her champions were acting nutso, and she didn't seem to mind, and was ready to cast them aside or embrace them all or give them back cursed swords to possess them, because I really think she's got one bag packed and is looking to off-ski to move in with her side chick. Any of this.
He will kind of maintaining eye contact with Lily for a while, but then looking at Professor Dr. Warden Wyrd and
Yes.
Stevie kind of mouth greater restoration. Did you bring her here so I can wipe this mind control from her?
I will message cantrip him. Dear message, please. No need to mouth.
I don't know that.
That's just rude. No, she's quite sane. We've detected her thoughts.
Okay, well, you know that, if you detect thoughts and someone believes that they're unwell, it's still what you were saying,
Yeah.
ma'am,
Yeah. Yes.
Lillian, does not make any sense.
Okay. Well.
The Raven Queen, she did have a true love, and it was the previous god of death.
Okay. What's her name?
No, definitely a boy.
Okay.
Nerl, right?
It's Nerl. Thank you very
Yes.
much. I was
believe
about
that
to
was
Google
the-
it,
Yes,
but I
no
believe that
problem.
is correct. It was Nerl, and he loved her so much after she suffered a great many losses in her life that he could not bear to think of a world without her. He gave her his divinity, and she was super grateful for being sad all the time. And having to live in a sad, damp place where she controlled winter and death before she arm wrestled Lolth for fate. So yeah, no, there's no Lady of Pain. Bless you, Stevie.
Yep. No blessings, please.
Just no. He puts his sensor away. He says,
Sorry, it's just a bit dusty down here.
yes. Now,
I'll prestidigitate surreptitiously.
yeah, they keep telling me that the cleaning staff does come down on Wednesday nights, but I don't think that's true.
Thursday nights is their poker night. I don't think they come down to clean. I just think they come down to use your space.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Look,
well, I mean, yeah,
Listen,
it
I
was-
know this is challenging, what you know, but we are at an institution of learning where we have to challenge what we think we know. And listen, this professor here's integrity is unimpeachable. And as Stevie has attested, we are certain that she is within her wits. So, if you are willing to open your consciousness up to what we're telling you and try and apply everything you can that might possibly be able to help us, I'm willing to come down twice a week and prestidigitate your office.
kind of thinks for a minute. He says, "That does okay." So, okay, if what you're saying is true, I'm not saying it is. Not saying it's not. If it is,
Hmm.
who am I gonna have to worship now? Like Avandra? That's a bummer. Luck? That's nothing. Coralon's too bright. It's okay. And that would probably get me favors over here.
Yes, actually, I think that's the one we're missing in the budget
Well,
cut.
how about
Sehanine.
this? Oh, Sahani, yeah, that's good. That's on brand. There's also the thought that maybe someone else will take over the domain if the Raven Queen leaves.
Well, okay, so, but you're also implying that the Raven Queen is somehow is becoming one of the, what are they called? The, like the aggressor gods. The usurpers, Asmodeus and Bane and Grumsh. Is it a defection? Does she just not care about the good gods anymore?
Well, she has quite the horde of magical weapons, sentient and sapient in particular.
Yeah, that's
And
part of her deal.
yeah, well, she is just miserly collecting them and also handing cursed swords back to impressionable teenage boys whose souls are very tasty, as you must understand. I don't have a high
I don't think you
opinion
want to
of
be
your
on
lady.
record saying that.
Which part?
The
Pretty much all of it.
a lot of it, but
lot of it.
mostly the teenage
Just-
boys part.
Don't worry.
Can you message it back to me? I didn't.
We're abjuring any upside eyes. We're safe here.
Okay.
Speak
Uh,
freely.
All right. So, but yeah, I'll revisit that one. But so your lady has amassed quite an arsenal. seems pretty done with the office, or is looking to maybe parlay. Okay, so her fated love. I had heard a slightly different version of the story, but that's close enough. Maybe now that she's been, immortal for whatever 2,000 years, whenever the last dragon tear was, Tiamat's claw was it. But so she's been the Lady of Death for that long. Maybe she's, stepped out a little. She's met someone. She's got kind of a, the heart must go on, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, I understand, but sort of the eternal
a queen has
sacrifice
needs. You know what I mean?
for love is sort of fundamental and foundational to a lot of Raven Queen myths. I guess what I don't understand is, what do you want me to do?
Well, I was hoping you'd be helpful at connecting some dots here. Like,
if there's any
having
history with the Lady of Pain.
Yeah, having heard of the Lady of Pain would be a big one. Corvustova, I need you to really dial in here.
Corvustova. Crowbear.
He kind of thinks for a second, and kind of looks off into space, and then his head snaps back to you, Hester, and his eyes have been replaced by large black orbs that look very similar to a crow's. And he says, I sent you home as a kindness.
Oh, fuck.
I can send you someplace much worse. Hester.
I abjure thee.
Yeah. Stop making whatever hand signs ward off the evil
Yeah,
eye.
man.
'Cause
I have.
What in the hell did you do to get on her bad side? I mean, I've seen you do some shit before, but this... I mean...
Is she still here?
Oh yeah. She has said that. I didn't know if Professor Dr. Warden Wyrd wanted to do something to abjure. So like,
I don't
that
really
just
have
happened.
any.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just warding off.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So kind of.
I throw
Flush any of a number of symbols.
I throw protection from evil and good on Lily.
Okay. Perfect.
That's what I do.
Some like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Sigils,
Yeah, all that kind of shit.
Force field covers Lily.
After kind of like getting over the fact that that's obviously very intimidating and shaking, and maybe even feeling kind of the comfort of the spell get over me, I'll kind of get up. I was going to say off, but then I'm lower. So I'm going to get up on my conjured chair. Thank you again, Stevie. What did you do with my friends? You can do whatever you'd like to me. Where did you send them? As a kindness.
She is taken aback slightly that you're like not terrified of her.
Don't fuck with guards. I've been quite clear about that.
She says they are a safe distance from you. I think you should, for all of your own safety, stay away.
You've really hurt Marley's feelings. And that's a kind of trust. She trusted you, and you can't get that back. And you, in your whole selfish god brain, haven't even considered that your actions hurt people, have you? No, we're all insects down here, aren't we? Absolutely not. You should feel ashamed of yourself, actually.
I'm looking at you like, are you serious?
Well,
I look at her like,
Yeah, that's my girl.
I kind of love that, like, Hester, I just love that Hester is being so bold, but maybe the idea that, like, this first level little spell would protect you from this
I know,
god.
it's nothing. I know, it's nothing.
No. Like that made her feel bold enough, maybe. I just think that's funny. Not that it wouldn't do nothing. It would do something. It just wouldn't do...
Yeah.
It would give me advantage on the 30 DC save
Yeah.
that I'd have to make.
Well, I don't know. Can I cast Global Vulnerability on another person, or does it have to be on myself?
I think you can cast it on another person.
Then that's what I would cast anyway. That's better. Because that makes you... 5th level and lower spells don't affect you.
In immobile, one action. Oh, self. But you could...
Oh, so
You could put her in
front,
it because it is a 10-foot radius. So
okay,
you could
great. Then
step in and poof.
I would do that. Then. Yeah. So all three of us are
Yeah, because it says can affect creatures within it. So yeah, you can throw it.
cool.
Up. Yeah.
Stevie, to me.
My nose.
Yeah, right. Ow. Bird nose.
Kind of gets as close as she can as the
Yes, the vessel
can to the globe.
I still shrink away a little bit, and I'm very thankful when the globe works at all.
She says, Marley had a chance to be something. She chose to die as no one. And people who choose death are the enemies of the Raven Queen.
She's someone to me, you bint. Absolutely not. You're bad and you should feel bad.
She says, my wants and desires are far beyond halflish comprehension. I won't feel bad, and I shan't. And you've been warned once. I don't like to repeat myself.
Marley.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Marley deserves better.
Corvus vomits a crow. And he goes, that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Right?
I don't...
Is this someone's crow?
So that moon goddess is sounding better and better, right?
Yeah, I can still do Twilight shit, right?
Right?
There's a future in Ioun. There is no future... Anyway, look, Sehanine, it's fine. It's fine. You sound like a stripper, but that's fine.
It kind of looks at, how do we get you to your friends so that you can help them?
I think I have to get to the moon. Either will do.
Either will do.
Either moon.
Mirador has 2 moons.
Yeah, there's outgoing flights
Oh, I see.
rather often.
All right. Well, I think I could manage that. I'll cast a teleportation circle.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a known sigil sequence to a moon port academically on the academic listing, so I'll bamf us there.
That definitely
You can look it up.
Right?
Okay, right.
In the yellow book.
Yeah.
Before you go,
I love that. Just chained to a summoning circle. There we go.
Exactly. Those awful chains, right? Got a metal book cover.
Yeah.
Like a phone book in a phone booth.
Still all wet somehow. You're like,
It smells like someone used it as a napkin.
Yes, Stevie, sorry.
this is very clearly a crow. Didn't you say that she was the Raven Queen? Yes? I mean, I don't know much about the Raven Queen, but she is definitely all about ravens, not crows.
Are you saying is this some sort of crow queen? Do we have a crow queen situation?
Well,
Crow princess?
It could be Goop, but she's possessing the powers of a god. Well, they have replicated special abilities and
I'm going to
Magical
take
items.
an ointment out of a satchel that I keep on me
Okay.
and cast True Sight.
Nice.
Okay. Let me look at what True Sight does.
It sees through
It makes-
DM's bullshit.
Yeah.
it does
Diviners
see
are the
through DM's
best.
bullshit.
It's another
It does.
spell I hate, I'm sure. True Sight.
Hey, Andy, I cast tell me all your secrets to this mystery.
And
So you only have to answer the top 3.
I'm also going to recover a 5th level spell slot. Thank you.
God damn it. True Seeing. Let's see.
Diviners!
Oh, yeah.
Gains True
I
Sight.
also regained the 6th level spell slot that I spent casting Globe of Invulnerability. So there you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Can they see invisible creatures automatically detect visual illusions? Perceive the original form of a shape changer. Oh, that's useful, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'll for
Um,
sure look that one up.
It's just a
And you
raven or a crow. I know they're different, but I was using it
Oh.
interchangeably. It is a raven, sorry.
Thank.
May
But
as well use a blue jay.
yeah,
Since they're corvids too.
I like blue jays.
I do too. They are.
They're pretty.
They're
They're assholes.
really
They're
beautiful.
awful.
They're great. They're great at being assholes.
Yeah, but they are very pretty. New spell. Liz says new spell. Solve mystery.
End session.
But
Yeah,
no,
right.
if you do indeed cast True Sight, you can see, looking at him, there is this weird echo behind him of kind of like this ghostly pale woman with a kind of fine silver crown, kind of almost like pulling her hand out of him. And you can see that, looking at him, his symbol of the Raven Queen around his neck looks fine, but kind of astrally, it's all been shattered and doesn't look right. And his aura is just kind of weird. It doesn't quite look normal. And he threw up a raven, like a full raven.
Is the raven alive?
Yes.
How's it doing?
It immediately is attacking
Is it
him. Like, oh, come on.
Your food comes back up on you.
Now, Streaky, would you say that the Raven Queen is a tall, pale woman, silver crown, maybe?
Yeah, right. That matches the.
Oh,
every
for
time
sure.
I've seen it,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a.
And his symbol is definitely not shattered on this plane of existence, correct? You're all seeing that?
No, it appears to be whole, but Let me
I'd
see.
like to look closer at it. Yeah.
I cast True Seeing so I can see what's going on too.
Yeah.
And I go, oh yeah,
True Seeing.
Yeah.
oh yes, I see it. Looks like perhaps the connection to the deity is somehow compromised.
I pretend like I cast True Sight too.
Do you see Lily right there?
Yes, no, the cracks, right? Yeah.
Yes.
He kind of Corvus looks down at it and he goes, I got to pay for these. Is it broken?
And his aura, you can see where it's very
What's wrong
strange.
with my
Yes.
aura?
I don't think it's you, friend. I think it's your source. I mean, you really might want to consider the Sahanine switch up sooner rather than later, I think.
Yeah.
Opens a drawer and starts rooting around and puts a moon statue on his desk.
It's that easy. He's just like, hang on. Changes
he's
the
already
slider on the door. Whatever.
Change it to Moonster Corvus growling. Well, I'm terribly sorry that happened to you, Corvus. Terribly sorry.
Is there a raven aftertaste? I have to ask.
Yeah, he kind of, every once in a while, he's like pulling feathers out from his teeth. And
So bad.
Yeah.
blackbird pie, am I right? Oh.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah, kind of reminds you of hazing week back in college, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've tasted a raven, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Raven Queen
Yes.
Seminary. We're constantly summoning ravens at each other's mouths.
You've been to
Those old
Baltimore, as they say. Right.
Yes. Yes, the Bolted Moor and their famous Old Bay.
Baltimore.
It's a port town, and it smells it.
Ooh.
Oh boy, there is no upwind.
New spell, conjure mouth raven.
Mouth raven.
It's a death cleric cantrip. Yes, you might want to switch bosses there. I don't care for being threatened like that, but
It's hostile.
yes, no, I found it to be quite off-putting.
Well, what's interesting to me is that, all the tales of the gods and so many of the myths portray them as really behaving often very much like spoiled children. And the story that you told about this lady of pain and your friend's mother and everything, it just seems to me like they're behaving like, well, rather like a spoiled child. They're not really considering anything else, and they seem to want to shirk responsibilities they had. I mean,
Well, and notice she didn't manifest until I started asking after her girlfriend.
yes,
Mhm.
it's
I
a
did-
sore spot.
I did hope to. Yeah, I think she, like a child who knows that they're in trouble or going to be, I think she's rather trying to distract from it.
Also, if she's scaring you away from that, then that must be a point of vulnerability, right?
Yes, I'd hope to get you more, Stevie, but do you think you can just somewhat blindly divine through legend lore just the Lady of Pain?
I can give it a shot at the very
Yeah,
least.
I wish I had more for you. And that's her name, right? I keep saying that from memory, but that is what's her name from
Yeah.
Sigil, right? Is the Lady
Yeah.
of Pain.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
might still juke us there, but that's who I'm expecting to be the answer here.
I'll pull out my tea leaves and see what I can see about the Lady of Pain.
And I will disguise rolling my eyes. I'll pretend I was rubbing.
You did ask her to do this.
Disguise roll eyes is another. another
But I was
spell.
thinking, there's
That's called making a deception check.
by now we must have perfected like subtle message, right? Like wizards for sure are not getting busted in class with messaging each other. It's a sophomore trick.
So I'm sorry. What spell are you casting about the Lady of Pain?
Legend lore.
Legend lore again. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me Google something real fast.
If you cast it at a higher level, it's tell me all your secrets, comma DM.
Let me just.
So just you just want to do you have a Google Drive doc that's your notes?
Yeah, you know
can
what?
just-
I'll just send that right to
just-
CC. I'll cut out the middle.
Show me your notes. Yeah. Show me your notes.
I cast share Google Doc.
I cast ruin campaign.
I cast make DM cry.
Yeah.
And if you make your save, I make you reroll 4 times.
Right.
Okay. The Lady of Pain is a. She's not a god. That's a misnomer, but she is a power.
Mhm.
She rules a city at the center of the multiverse that you have heard of called Sigil. You can see kind of a floating picture of her. She is a giant robed woman with this ornate headdress, kind of this stoic mask face, and a bunch of swords just all over her.
Mhm.
She basically has power over portals, which makes sense because Sigil is the city of doors at the center of the multiverse. It's kind of got a bunch of portals. If you want to take a shortcut to somewhere, that's a good way to do it. If you don't want to have to deal with the Shadowfell or the Feywild, or you can't get there through those, that's possible. She basically seeks to maintain balance and there's a bunch of rules that she implements there. One of them being that you can't. She's not a god. Don't worship her as a god. She doesn't like that. And she has very little time for other gods messing with Sigil. And she will punt them. Like, she is strong enough to do that. And other god-like level deities, or figures. So, like, Asmodeus or other devil lords can't really truck in the City of Doors either. So it's this sort of neutral, balanced place. It doesn't mean it's a good place. It's kind of a shitty place. But so that's basically the short of the Lady of Pain.
Any notes in there about her affiliation with any Raven's queens?
There is no known connection between her and any Corvid deities. Monarchs, princesses, empresses.
The Blue Jay Princess.
OC, do not steal.
So I'll relay this information, or you can watch the T show.
I do look over your shoulder. I'm not unfamiliar with it. It's just
I watch the TV.
very good. Shit, I hate how good that was. That's really, really good.
T-Vision.
Yes, I'll lean back and still let you tell me some of the relevant parts. But I read tea leaves. We've all done it. That's good. That's lovely. Thank you. That tells me where I need to go and how to sidestep her permissions to get there. Now I just have to find my friends.
You said they're on the moon, so...
Are you?
Yes, but they're on the moon in a different sphere. I'll have to make haste.
Are you going to this City of Doors, was it?
Yes, I think I have to.
Couldn't you just contact the plane and talk to this Lady of Pain?
I don't have that prepared.
I do.
A good divination professor is always prepared.
Okay, well, I have like fire shit prepared. I've been fighting gods and shit.
Look, I understand what you do, and it's fine. You're on sabbatical. You've been on sabbatical. That's fine.
There's a dragon out there with a potentially infinite amount of siblings.
Really?
Yeah, I came up with another one the other day. I can't remember what her name was, though. In Cinderina or something.
Cinderina.
In Cinderella.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yes.
In Cinderella. There you go.
Yes,
what would you say she sounds like? Just...
She's the one who breathes healing potions, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. They hurt, though, because they're still bottled.
That's right. That's right. It's just broken glass.
Yeah, you have to make a dex save to catch the bottle.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're out. It's smashed to hit, take damage.
Well, certainly, if you can contact other plane, though, I know. Well, this character doesn't, but historically, that can lead to just whole 40 minutes. Oh no, his sister also spaces out, right?
Yeah, but she tends to make the save more often.
Yes. But I've certainly seen someone gawk openly to the upper left.
Yeah, she dared in a different way by having the artifact that let her do whatever she wanted.
Yes. And we're still in a lot of trouble from that, Andrew. Don't think I haven't noticed the Eibelman that I referenced earlier.
Okay, we did start a little late, but we are overtime.
Yeah.
So
let's aim for the landing, I'm sure.
We can totally wrap this up.
So if you're ready I can cast teleportation circle.
Okay. Is there anything?
And if you want to, instead of going to the moon, go to the City of Doors, you can. That is in the yellow book.
Yes. Would you like to do that?
It is. Interesting. Which would work better for you? Because I was even going to suggest, should I go to Kreen and go pick up, Alvar? Did Alvar get,
Yeah. He wasn't with you. Yeah.
Right.
No.
So he's still on Giant
Yeah.
World, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because fake honey of bees lied. They didn't actually get sent home.
Right. Right.
Um,
Okay.
Why don't you take the sigil sequence with you to use later if you want to
There
go
you
there
go.
later?
That's a good
Yes. Okay. Yes, then I should. Excellent. I'll tear that page out of the other book.
Right.
Yep.
Just use duplicate. Here. It's not as tasty as duplicate, but
Mm-hmm.
The page smells funny, and you got ink all over your hands now, but it works.
Robert on Corvus's desk.
Okay. Before you go, did you want to cast Contact Other Plane or Contact Demi Power or whatever you were going to cast, Stevie?
Yeah, I was gonna try and do my portent.
Okay.
Say that again.
I was trying to do my portent before, just in case things go poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But I was having trouble with the online dice roller. Did I really get two? Oh, okay, that was a 12. Cool. I got a 2 and a 12.
Okay.
Certainly nothing can go wrong with those two rolls.
Yeah, it's not going to push it over, but it might biff a save if you need one. If you need a save biffed.
So I need to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. Oh wait, I can just roll int. Oh well, whatever. I'll take the 7 and then I'll add. Really, only +3? Ooh.
No, to a saving throw? No, you're
Oh
better than
no,
that.
wait. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong spot. It's still only 14. Yikes. So I'll take my 12. I'll make that a 19.
Okay. And what are you trying to do with Contact Other Plane?
I am trying to contact the Lady of Pain and ask her if she knows anything about the Raven Queen coming to see her.
You're cold calling the Lady of Pain. This
You
is so great.
you are filled with immediate regret. You're not even cognizant of it. She hasn't said anything, but you just feel regret.
I hang up the phone.
That's a good call. I didn't want to have to do something bad to an NPC or a one-shot character, but I would have.
So sorry to about you.
Yeah.
Number.
Right. No solicitors, turns out. I came up as spam on her caller ID.
For sure.
Please do be careful, Streaky, if that is any indication of the danger that you are facing.
Thank you. Squeeze Prim's hand there. Yes.
thank you for the warning about the goop.
Yes, at this safety meeting. Well, I don't know what the dean will or won't do with it, but tell your abjurers they certainly are very.
Oh, I'll get all my TAs together and
Yes,
we'll have
and
fellow. So what was the name of the professor who I replaced while they're like weathering a scandal?
Oh, the other abjuration professor. Let's see. Did I come up with a name for them?
no, you didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yep.
Nice.
No, you didn't.
This school has a lot of Noahs.
Yes.
Yeah.
More,
A lot of
than,
Noah sayers.
Yeah. More than others.
And before Lily leaves, Prim will put into her hand the ointment that she used to cast True Seeing earlier and say, do make sure that you prepare that.
Yes, thank you, dear. Yes, thank you. I will. And keep things safe here. Be on the lookout. Between the two of you, one of you should see it coming, and the other should be able to stop it.
Thank you.
And when you get back, you've got to tell me what you did to piss off this Raven Queen, because I
Right? She came in hot. Like,
I'm-
yeah, she's just not fucking
sounds like-
around.
a lot of stories. Like,
Yeah.
gotta.
There's
Yeah.
something about her connection with this. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the Lady of Pain came in hot to you, so.
yeah, I wouldn't poke it if it wasn't for a friend. So
Right. Well, good luck. Hopefully we'll see you back in Mirador at some point.
Yes. I think I have to think about that. Yes. I thought that's what I was doing. Yeah. Think about that on the plane.
We're on a plane.
When I go between planes.
Ah,
Yes.
well,
If you're not coming back anytime soon, make sure you send word so maybe I can take that vacation time I keep saving up and come to see you or something.
If I don't use it, I start to lose it. Is what they tell me. Yeah,
It's a real shitty system.
it's terrible. It's almost made me leave academia.
Yeah, it acts like it's doing you a favor, but it's predatory in its nature.
Yeah, and Headmaster Loeb has really made them very like draconic. The kind of the ways you have to go in and out of it's awful.
No, we'll just have to check the calendar.
Windows that
only,
we can
only one
time.
only one professor can off at any given time.
It's 1.5 professors technically by the body, but what are you gonna do?
That's why really I have an advantage as an adjunct professor visiting.
Yeah. By the way, I've pictured this person as both Gary Cole, as stated earlier, and also a Kevin McDonald character from Kids in the Hall of just kind of showing up and just kind of be like, well, it slipped my mind. All of them doing a Lorne Michael impression, almost certainly at their core.
Bill Hader has my favorite Lorne Michaels impression, and Google it. It's hysterical.
I will do that very thing.
I'll if I remember, I'll link it. Okay. So, anything else you would all like to say before Lily teleports away?
Just good luck.
Thank you. That's both sage and surprising from an Abjure, but I think that has something to say about it.
Well,
yeah, I'll hug Stevie again and just kind of take both of her hands and squeeze and step into the teleportation circle, I think.
Okay.
And I go to the moon.
And from the moon, you're gonna have to hop on an express.
Yeah, no, it's a real.
You're like running.
But as established, yeah, you look at your ticket, and you're like the terminal's all the way on the other. You're like, goddamn connecting flights.
I have little legs.
Just keep misty stepping. Dimension door.
Is there a very creatively named people mover?
It's a
You didn't
humanoid.
want a second draft at that?
It's a humanoid conveyance system.
That's right.
Hominid
delivery vehicle.
But as established, because Mirador likes to think it is part of what is commonly known as the triangle.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, it's a square. It's more about like a rhombus.
Yeah.
They are very close to Forgotten Realms, Toral Space. Realm of Space. There we go. And
Yes.
you can pay some exorbitant fee to hop on the express with some 20th level wizard who's wasting his time. And poof. Okay. And we will pick up next time with Marlton Elf.
Right.
Marlton Elf.
Timothy, outros and plugs.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Thanks for remaining with us while shenanigans ensue and chairs are conjured. Let's see. Stormy weather for many, swampy weather for many. Let's believe climate change is real, and let's legislate to make the Earth a better place. So this kind of shenanigans is at least, I don't know, somewhat abated. I don't know if it can turn back, but and let's get vaccinated and let's be kind.
Let's do.
Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupska, on the Twitters and the Instagrams. I'm gonna plug all of that, but also play D&D with your friends, or TTRPGs with your friends, or whatever with your friends. I'm gonna be doing that twice here on the channel this week, and then I'm gonna be going to Gen Con where I'm gonna play more. It's just games with friends of Palooza. You could be doing it too. It's a great time. Highly suggested.
And Marty.
Yes, thank you very much for this, friends. This was very delightful, a nice, fun little jaunt. And if you like more fun little jaunts, click a bell, smash a subscribe, punch a YouTuber in the face. No, I'm giving the no signal. I'm being told to wrap it up. Yes. Something I want to talk about briefly after stream is that psychic girl heroes always date dudes that are dumb as bricks, and I think it's because they're honest souls. We'll talk about that more in a second. You discuss that amongst yourselves. Leave a comment. But like psychics are attracted to Cyclops, and it's because that dude's a brick. Like, just there's nothing. He's not duplicitous in any way until recently, and now he's a terrorist. Anyway. We can talk about terrorism next time. Clang a bell? That's the other stream.
Yes. That's graceful.
Yes. Like, subscribe, do the thing. Follow us on YouTube. Laughing Dragon in everywhere on all your social medias. And thank you very much for this. Andrew?
You see interior of the top office at High Hill University. And Dean Colin S. Loeb walks in, kind of shudders as if he is uncomfortable in his own skin. Kind of slicks his hair back, and you can see just this large, almost crown pulls out of his head, and he just kind of waves his hand, and a window appears, the one window here. And just looks out on the campus, and he just starts laughing.
No.
That's it. Let's see. Wednesday is Martha and the Mandos, as established. Follow us on Twitter to see when the next episode of Dragon Lords is. And next week will be Werewolf the Apocalypse, Session 0 on Monday. And Gracefall on Wednesday. Have a great night, everybody.
Watch us be lycanthropes. Be hopeless, I promise.